as you're sitting here, you're aware of your body. Now your breath is moving by its own law, naturally, unforced. And you're here. Simply, you're here. Not doing anything at all, not about to do something or to undo. Just a simple knowing, I am here, here now, here is. Senses are open, functioning by themselves, without your intention or assistance. You're not waiting. The sense of what will come, what is next. There's no concern for this. We're simply here. So no waiting, no expecting. Don't be engaged with any ideas or the sense of time, such as past. Whatever is past, it's gone. Whatever may be called future, it's only imagined. Only here now. This now is so fresh, there cannot be a history of now. It is not time. Whatever we may perceive phenomenally appears and disappears, comes and goes. There's nothing to pursue, nothing to follow. Be aware of the space in which all things manifest, all things appear, including this entire universe is appearing. Even the functioning of perception also arises and is perceived. Spontaneously, you know you are. And there's a completeness in this. It's not that you become in stages. You are. Feel the sense of being, the feeling I am. But add no story to it. Just a sense of existence. There is no image. You are this sense of existence, not apart from it. And also you're aware of all that comes and goes. Notice that the watching of what appears or disappears takes place in a space that itself is not appearing or disappearing, and is simply here now. Again, feel the sense of being, the space of being. Notice, it is not a thing. Your very breath is moving in this space of being. The senses are functioning in this space of being. But the being itself is neither moving, nor is it being still. It is the source of stillness itself. You observe your body. In the same way that the body is no distance from you, the sense of being is no distance from you. Noticing the body, you cannot be merely the body. It is seen. Observing the senses, you are beyond the senses. Observing thought, you are apart from thought. Observing mind, you are beyond mind. Observing experience, you are beyond experience. Observing time, you are beyond time. Observing change, you are yourself unchanging. Observing form, yourself is formless. space of awareness. No words can describe you. Being beyond form, you cannot be caught. What is your name here? Your unborn awareness. Of what importance are ruling planets or dates of birth? Or anniversaries? What is distance for you? Wherever you go, you're always present. Here, the sense of your person is far away, like an old dream. Here there's only pure, blemishless awareness. Beyond depth, immeasurable. Notice this. Whatever rises or falls is perceived in you. However subtle, even space, you perceive. Therefore, you are subtler than space, unbound. Identifying strongly with any image gives the feeling that you have a shape and context. The relationship is imagined inside the vastness of being. We may enjoy but do not define yourself. To define is to confine. This does not apply to awareness, which cannot be captured or manipulated. Notice whatever moves is not the awareness itself. Even the movement of the attention does not apply to awareness. Attention moves inside awareness itself. What words could describe you? What shape can you fit inside of? For you, what is permanence or impermanence? And be reminded, you're not waiting. There's nothing to come that can give you anything more than what you already are. You have no pockets, no storehouse, no aspiration. Could you merely be dreaming this, imagining this, or simply noticing? The body is here. You may look at this body or away from this body. It makes no difference to the awareness you are. You are not the size of your body, nor its shape. Though all concepts are open to you and available, none can contain you or describe or define what you are. No name is yours, absolutely. And yet, through this body, you have the sense of being here, with fingers and arms, the sense of others and I can come. A vast world of which you become a small part. As the person, you're inside this body. As consciousness, this body is inside you. It has always been like this. Pay attention to the awareness itself. It's been a habit, an old habit, to identify only with form and time. Identifying with time, one becomes time-bound. Realizing oneself to be awareness, oneself is timeless. There seems to be a choice, but the choice itself is phenomenal, watched in the timeless awareness. This is not a fantasy. Notice also that your very ability to look itself is seen inside the vastness of being. Though the beingness is infinite, you are not dizzy by its infiniteness. Mind and body expresses various movements, but all for a while, for a time. Do not be troubled by this. This also is natural. Pay attention to your unchanging self. This is the Self Supreme. If any strain should appear in the body, it is also a sensation. Be aware of this. It is not you. It is a sensation arising in the body, which you may call yours. They come and go, as all things perceive come and go. Flow in your natural rhythm. There is no need to identify. The power to perceive already reveals all things in their true light. Without identity, desire will not arise, and all things will show themselves in their true nature and their true light. And there is no need to fight with your mind. Simply remain as the self, as you are now. Everything is in place for life to unfold in its natural way. Be aware of this. You are not apart from life, but life itself. Now you are not concentrated or focused upon objects, but resting inside your own stillness, your own source, your own self. It is nothing personal. Beware of that. The person is in time. The self is timeless. Look in such a way that you may confirm. Again, there's nothing to become. No, nothing to change or to fix. Nothing to keep or to push away. No better place to be. No self to become or unbecome. Knowing this, your joy is complete. You're not here to change the world. This world is food for consciousness. A mirror in which the timeless is seen. You're not asleep. Even though there may be a deep relaxation in your being, you're not asleep. If the feeling of sleep comes, be aware of it also as merely a feeling. It's phenomenal. Stay as awareness itself. It is not the body that wants to sleep. It's the very mind itself. You are not the mind. It has no power over you as awareness. Be clear about this. The mind will not easily attack you here, for you're in the height of your being. And yet, this should be effortless for you, not a strain. You're neither carrying, nor pushing, nor pulling. Notice this. Simply you're here. This feeling of being here, notice it's not merely a geographic location. Simply mean you're here with yourself. Undivided, whole, complete, happy. Yet there are no stories needed, no victories, no defeats, no friends, no associations needed. Be confirmed in your completeness. Only like this may you enjoy the world, without fear. Here you are not a victim, nor a victor. Pure awareness. There's no need to discuss this with your mind. Nor seek its approval. Get used to being empty of concepts. Of being free of the need for support. You're simply here. Therefore, to associate is not out of need, but out of your love and your joy. And trust. Trust that however difficult things may appear, a great power contains all. Do not let the mind divide you. You're the indivisible self. So may the seed, the essence of what you have heard, germinate inside your heart and bear true and sweet fruits. We have come to the end of this guidance for now. You may, those of you who wish, you may sit and continue sitting or lying down or go walking, whatever. Notice that whether your eyes are open or closed, it should make no real difference to your inner state. It underlies all states. It is not a posture. It is not a position. If you feel a feeling of lightheadedness, this is fine. Welcome and get used to the feeling of neutrality or emptiness. I say this ahead of time because sometimes mind may interpret this that something is wrong because it's unusual feeling to feel empty, that something is missing. Something is missing, mind is missing. But it's not missing you. So be in that. Remember, it's never the self that wears off. It never fades. It's more your attention goes back to the person. As an example, sometimes we watch the sun rising, we call it sunrise, then we watch sunsets. We feel and experience that the sun moves, rises in the east and sets in the west. But in fact, the sun does not move relative to the earth. It is the earth that moves. And as the earth turns a certain way away from the sun, not feeling the earth's movement, it appears as though it's the sun that is going down or coming up. It is a little bit like this. The self is always present, but then sometimes it feels like it's gone or you've lost it. But what actually happens is that the whole identity and habits are returning somehow, and we go to them. If you stay as the self, you will not have the sense that the self is gone, but more the mind is coming, and you stay as the awareness itself. The mind will seem to invite you back into a relationship. And to be in a relationship with the mind in that way, you have to become a person. When you become the sense of the person, the feeling of being gets covered. But it is never lost to itself. It's lost only to the illusory seeker. It is the self that is ever present, and the seeker that is illusory. Yet, from the perspective of the seeker seems to be permanent, and the self impermanent. Reflect on this. All of you are experiencing a sub-state of transition, a changing over of power from manual to automatic, actually, if I can put like this. Manual means you are living and driving your life and you are doing all this thing. Automatic means that you are aware that things are unfolding by themselves. And so you don't become entangled in things. You don't put readings and meanings to them that they don't inherently have. This is called growing up, not merely growing old. And as you see these things, appreciate them, that grace is bringing light to these things in your life. appreciate it, and it will stay with you. Love it, and it will never leave you. And after a certain time, the sense of you and it will merge.